Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of, is it really possible to put yourself in someone else's shoes? Well, the thing is that we always try to say to people, I understand how you feel, I understand what you're going through and stuff like that, but is it truly possible? The thing is that everybody in this world experiences things differently. For someone, something could be a very good feeling, very good experience that they've had in whatever they're doing, be it snowboarding, be it gymnastics, be it watching a movie and stuff like that, and they might think, oh wow, this thing is cool. But then for another person, it could be the worst experience ever. Maybe they didn't enjoy the film, maybe there was too much blood and stuff like that. So the thing is that is it really truly possible to put yourself in someone else's shoes? The thing is, I don't know if it is. I think we can kind of understand little by little, more or less, what somebody's going through, but we don't experience colors in the same way as other people. We don't experience their likes and dislikes in the way that other people do. And even if you've had the same experience, even if, let's say, you've had the same illness, or if you've had the same culture growing up and stuff like that, you might be similar, but your way of seeing that culture, your way of seeing that illness and stuff like that, well, it's going to be according to you, and only you know. That's why some people could feel cold, whereas some other people could feel hot, and yet the temperature is the same. It's just because how the body interprets it, and also the genetics and whatever has made you the way that you are. And that's why they say try to stick with people that are self or like-minded in some way, especially I would say in relationships and stuff like that, because if you're similarly minded, even though we just said we can't be 100% in someone else's shoes, at least you're going to have less conflicts. And I think a lot of it has to do with how we are brought up during our childhood, or how we have been told to feel things, because we've proven already through science and many different tests that, for example, memory can be jerked, memory can be modified. So the fact that we remember something as a kid and then later on in life we remember it again, it might be, is it what people have told us of that memory, or is it the pictures that we have of that memory, or the videos that we have of that memory, that have made you remember that thing that way? Because haven't you ever watched something on video, and then all of a sudden your memory is more of the watching than actually being at the place? And I think we tend to modify these things, same as our whole journey through life. So even we can't really put ourselves back into the experiences that we've had, and it's mere interpretations and mere memories of what we have remembered from the past that have forged us into the person that we are now. So let's take that into consideration when saying that somebody else can understand what we felt. Well, we're already telling them a memory. The memory can already be modified within our brain, and on top of that, that person needs to interpret what we have told them and say, I understand. So that's the thing. You can have a sort of simile, like a similarity, but you're not going to have 100%. Kind of like for people who are old enough, when we used to tape and record VHS tapes onto another VHS tape, there's always degradation. There's always some form of degradation within the transfer, and that happens with pretty much anything. It happens with memory. It happens with the biology of the body, because the cells reproduce and they get copied and copied and copied, and eventually they break down and there are less good copies of the first copy. If that, it's kind of crazy, but that's what I basically feel about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, which doesn't mean that you can't have an approximation of what somebody else is going through, because again, we are people with feelings and stuff like that, so we have probably felt something similar, and we are able to similarly get into someone's shoes, but it will never be 100%. But I do think that we could get to 90% or 85%, and that's actually probably pretty much enough. Because even with people who are like-minded, you know how we said stick with the people who are like-minded, well, it comes again to the same thing. Well, you're like-minded, but at the same time you have differences, because we're not going to like all the same food, we're not going to like all the same things, we're all going to have those little differences, but at least a similarity that comes out to about 85-90%, if not more, is enough to find that yin-yang Zen relationship between the people around us. And then at the same time, we can't forget that we're all alive, so we have that in common, and we all have pretty much 5 fingers on each hand, 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth. We need to eat, we need to go to the toilet, we cry, we have emotions and stuff like that. So that's already similar enough, at least for every single creature pretty much living, breathing, and alive on this earth. So that's it. That's all I had to say on the subject. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.